What's up, what's up, what's up, my fellow creators? Welcome, guys. I hope you're having a beautifully, phenomenally blessed day. Thank you for joining me for a moment in Becky's House of Cards. Today we are going down the rabbit hole with, so I don't know why this was channeled to me, but we're just going to go with it, is what is the outcome of this conversation I just had? Or, you know, like you told somebody something or somebody told you and you're just like wondering what is the purpose of this conversation, why maybe your intuition was telling you, and where is it going to go, okay? So before we get into it, I just want to thank you guys for your time, your most precious asset. It is truly an honor and a blessing to be here. I'm pleased to be the one giving you guys these messages, and my prayers that they fall upon your heart help guide you guys to remind yourself to use your discernment, to use your inner judgment, and to use your intuition to make those best decisions for you guys in your own life, and to take back your power, because that's what it's all about. It's always about us remembering that we are the ones in power of our lives. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get it started, guys. And hold on, he might bark just a second, so alright, we're good. I think we're good. No. Sorry, guys. He's running back and forth like, what do I do? Alright, so let's get it. So, Source, what is the outcome of this conversation that the collective had? Like, what do they need to know about this conversation? You obviously put this on my heart for a reason, so what is the outcome of this conversation that this person has had with this other person involved, whomever it is that they're thinking about? Maybe it's a company, maybe it's a business. What messages do you have, Source, for this person? What was the purpose of this conversation that they had, and what is the outcome? Because I feel like that's a very important thing to ask here. What is the outcome, Source? What is the purpose of this conversation that they had, and what is the outcome? Okay, what is the purpose and what is the outcome? What is the purpose and what is the outcome of this conversation that the collective has had? Alright, perfect. What's going on, Source? Whoa, we've already got cards flying out. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so we have the Strength in the reverse. Ooh, alright, we've got the Nine of Cups. Okay, so whatever it was that you were saying, I think you were scared to say it. I'm just going to say it. Like, I just really feel like you were really scared to talk about this topic, this situation, this, maybe it was a job proposal. This is something that you've repressed a lot in the past, though. Like, you've repressed this energy a lot in the past. You have created a situation where you were scared to say what you needed to say. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay. Sorry, guys. I cannot decide what I want to do here. This has been one of your biggest fears, is to stand in your truth. This is like feeling like you're not able to for whatever reason. Like, I feel like the other demons here, or the demons, were because maybe people judged you for when you did stand in your truth before. Maybe people tricked you. Maybe people like tried to make you change, you know? And so I feel like you had to grip your fear and you had to say it. It was kind of like do or die at this point. And look at the outcome. Like, what's going on here? It's like you overcame this and you spoke it. And I feel like this is so weird. I feel like at first you guys felt so bad about what you had to say. Like, you felt terrible. You were like, like, why did I even bother saying that? Like, now I just feel awful. But then all of a sudden, it was like, when you let go of that and you shed that egoic emotion, all of a sudden you realize, like, oh, okay, like, this is helping me stand in my emotional power. Not only that, it's giving you this spiritual, like, growth. Like, you guys grew because you actually spoke your truth. Like, it's interesting because my strength card's the number 11 card in my deck, and 11 for me is always about just do it. Like, I always get the Nike symbol. Just do it. Just do it, y'all. Just do it and see what happens. And it's like you finally were just like, I think you debated on this for a while, collective. I think whatever this conversation was, I think you debated on it. Maybe you planned it out. Maybe you sat down, you wrote a business plan, you rewrote a business plan. Whoa, okay. Thank you, Source. Yeah. It had to do with your anxiety. Your anxiety was flared up because of this situation, and Source is telling you, like, the reason being is because your ego is telling you weren't worthy of having this happiness that this could really bring. So maybe once you guys said it, like you guys are still worried about it and you guys are wondering what is the outcome, like what is this even going to do? Am I even going to get chosen? And I am being told right now to remind the collective that failure is a part of success, okay? Perceived failure, right? Because it's always perceived. So perceived failure is a part of success. It just means that you guys will get better. So I feel like it wants to be this way, okay? Yeah, because I think people manipulated you in the past. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look. Guys. Oh, Lord. Lack of clarity. Conceit. Misguided. Yeah, look at all these aces. No. Look at all these aces together. 3 aces right here. You have the coin, the sword, and the wand all together here. But the coin's upright, sword's reversed, and the wand is upright. It's like, that's what Source is saying. Like, this is bringing in something beautiful that prior you were misguided on when you weren't standing in your truth, when you weren't saying what you needed to say. Like, you were so afraid to stand in your truth because you were afraid you weren't going to get a new beginning. And Source is like, boom, you stood in your truth and I'm bringing you a new beginning. And this is a collaboration. So like I said, this could be business that you guys are dealing with. This could also be love. Maybe you said something that you don't normally say in love. You know, maybe you actually told somebody you love them and you don't normally do that. Getting off topic here. So we have happy family here. You having this conversation is creating a happy family, and you're overcoming manipulative energy. So somebody that you had to talk to was manipulating you with this King of Swords and this Emperor here. They were manipulating you, but they were manipulating you because they thought they could. Because they thought they could. Like, and that was just because you didn't want to stand in your truth because you were afraid. Like, so I get for some of you guys, this was something to do in a relationship, and it's something you've never done before. So for those of you that maybe said I love you, maybe it's like this person didn't realize how deeply you feel about them. Good English, huh? How deeply you felt about them. And so when you finally said it, you're like, no, look, like, you really think this is a fling? Because for me, it's not. This is real. And it was like in that moment that this person was like, whoa, like I really was not treating this person like family material. Look at how they're blocked off to it. Like they were really blocked off to it. And I feel like right now they're like re-evaluating how they see the situation. Now, if this was a business proposal, this person really thought that you were just a low bottom feeder. Okay. And so they were really closed off to this. And so now they're reevaluating. They're like, damn, this person has a lot of strength and I can actually build with this person, but not just build. We can create something that is emotionally fulfilling, right? Because I think ultimately that's the key here. But it's like before you were misguided, it's like you wanted this offer. You wanted the offer, but you didn't know how to take action on it because you didn't know how to stand in your truth. And so Source is saying like, look, once you stood up in your truth and you overcame this fear and had this conversation, now I'm going to bring in this brand new passionate start. Like it's almost like the slate gets wiped clean and you guys start over and they want to build. They want to build. They don't want to be destructive in your life anymore. They don't, like whoever this person is, they had respect for you before, but now, now let me tell y'all, they got a lot of respect for you. And so look, they were manipulating you because of your anxiety. So for some of you guys that were in a relationship, this person was manipulating you because of, they knew that you were anxious. And it's, you know, I think that this is sad, but it does happen. It's like a lot of people who think that they're really strong, like they treat you like you're dumb because you might be anxious about something and they'll treat you like you're dumb. And it's not that you're dumb. It's just, again, it's like that fear of not being able to say what you need to say in a correct way. And then when you suddenly have a change in your energy and you're like, look, let me set up a boundary, a barrier. And that's what I feel like happened here is you set up a boundary. And then you also said why. Like you were very, very open about why. And it's like this person had to reevaluate the way they were treating you. It's like, look, here they are looking at this 8 of Swords like, oh, wow, like I was really getting onto the collective I was being defensive towards them because I didn't think that we had anything together in the future. And now they're like, oh, like the collective knows what they're talking about, right? They know how they feel. I think out of all of this, it's that the collective knows how they feel. And they didn't know that because they didn't see it before, and now they see it. But before it was like, you have the king and this emperor, the same energy coming out. Right? And this is you. This is all you. Let's get some more energy on the table. What else do you want to tell us, Source? What else do you want to tell the collective? I heard that this is super, super hard for you. This has been something you've struggled with for like a lifetime, maybe many lifetimes. Like this is it. Like we have 7, 8, 9 here. We have the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Cups coming out. Whoa, whoa, don't go flying, homies. Don't go flying. Stay right here with me, okay? We need you rolling off the table. Yeah, look at this. So this is perfect here. I love this because this is saying that you're like brand new. You're brand new to this. You're whatever it is that you're doing and that you had to talk about, like you're brand new. And in being brand new, it's like you get that nervousness too. You get that like, oh crap, like what am I meant to do? Like what am I supposed to do? And it's like it doesn't matter. You did what you needed to do and now you're moving forward, right? Yeah, you had to change your perspective on what was really truly happy for you. Right? It was like you really thought that being quiet was safe. That's what I keep hearing. It was safe. And in being safe, it was like, as long as I'm safe, I don't have to face what scares me, right? I'm going to scoot these over because I want more out of them. What's up there? It's okay. Lay down. It's lightning and thundering here, so now he's all freaked out. Oh, poor buddy. Went in his kennel. Let's get some more energy out on the table, Source. What else do you want to tell us? It's all right, Bear. Lay down. It's okay. Lay down, buddy. Just lay down here with Aria and I. You'll be fine. It's not going to get you. It's so funny, guys. I just saw a commercial on TV where the dog woke him up because it was lightning and thundering outside and made him go lay on the couch downstairs so that he could lay on him. Yeah. So this is, look, page energy. It's like you took action because you actually started to think about this, right? It was like you realized this was blocking you off. You weren't able to actually offer anything in this energy of letting this person manipulate you or the situation manipulate you. There wasn't anything to offer. There wasn't anything to give. It was like being unsure. And it's like Source had something else for you. It's like Source is like, look, again, that Ace of Coin coming out, right here. Source is like, you need to stand up for yourself, even if it's uncomfortable. I feel like I'm getting a very... So I keep like stopping talking because that's how I feel like you were. It was almost like stuttering out what you needed to say, but it was like even in the stutter, it didn't matter. You stood firm in how you felt because you stopped and thought about it. You're like, is this really what I want? So like, honestly, guys, I feel like this could have been a sexual connection as well. And it was just like, maybe you guys weren't ready to have sex yet. And it was like, maybe you've never said no to sex. Maybe you've been like, no, like... And I feel like that this is just an example, guys, but this is what came through. So I don't really know who this is for. So this could be very specific to some of you guys. Take it as it resonates. If it's a work in this situation, I'll see what Source has to say about that. But it's like you realized that it was going too fast and too far, way too fast, and it was making you feel uncomfortable and nervous and anxious because you're like, look, this has happened with every one of my other relationships and it's never progressed. And because it's never progressed, then, you know, like, obviously that's not the way that it needs to be done. 13:33 on the clock. They're saying, and that's the thing, it's like, and now you're like, but I need to say something because if it goes any further than this, like, I don't know what the next step is and I don't want it to go all the way. Like, I really want this to be, can we work it out? I need to see if this person's right for me. And so I was like really nervous. And I feel like you saying something to this person, you realize that this situation wasn't fulfilling you and you were just repressing how you really felt. Like when you weren't talking to this person, you kept thinking about it over. I need to say this. I need to say this. I need to say this. But it never came out. So finally you just like, look, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. And you said it. And it like changed the whole dynamic almost instantaneously. The same thing, like if you guys were in a business, say you've always been just a low-level worker. And it was like suddenly everybody's like, oh, well, we need an idea to move the company forward. And like that, you got an inspiration from Source. And you were like, hey, this would be great to move the company forward. And so you spent time planning it. You plan it. You plan it. And I feel like there was times when you just put that plan away and you were just like, no, it's not going to go anywhere anyways. You see what I'm saying? Like it was uncomfortable for you because this is something outside of yourself. Wow, the lightning is going crazy right now, guys. So, yeah, it was exhausting you. This situation was exhausting you and you didn't realize it was anguish, emotional, like grief here, like upset, just like turmoil, complete turmoil here, because it was like You wanted to be heard, no matter the situation, okay? Again, this is a general reading, so take it as it resonates with you, and you guys know how to put it in your situation, right? So they're just saying that whatever the situation is, it was just creating a lot of emotional anguish. And that's the thing. Here's the deal. I feel like when you guys said this, all of a sudden, all this emotional anguish just came pouring out. You guys started to cry. You guys got upset, and you couldn't understand why. You're like, I did what I said I was going to do. Why am I so upset? And they're just saying that it's because of that repressed energy here that it was just so compartmentalized on your heart. It was like in letting this finally go and saying what it is that you felt, regardless of the outcome. It didn't matter. Like, it didn't matter if it was a success or a failure. That's not what mattered. What mattered is this is a success for you because you let go of something that has been repressed within your system, within your being for a very, very long time. Something you've held on to. A cage that's been built for you, and something you felt you could never get out of. Like a true situation that you really thought you were always going to be at the bottom of the barrel, whether that was relationships with a family member, with work, whatever it was. It really made you feel like you were going to be at the bottom of the barrel. So we have 7, 8, 9, 10 on the board here. 11 and 12. Look at that. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, guys. That's great. Thank you, Source. Oh my Lord. So what's coming in, guys? You open yourself up to love. Now we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 coming out, guys. You're making progress. It might feel like it's all over the board, right? Like, I know it's better to have the progression, but nothing in life is a straight line. Like, the path we seek is rarely a straight line, and I feel like that's why they come out like this. Like, not usually do I get that many sequential numbers on the board. And so when you let this go, you actually open yourself up to an opportunity. Either this is something that is equal give and take. So if this is a business situation, which we have with the 3 of coins and the Ace of coins over here, right? With the 3 of coins coming out right there. Or this is a relationship, but regardless, whatever the situation is, this is fulfillment. Like, this is complete fulfillment. Like, you're going to feel love for whatever it is. So if you're going into work every day, like, you're actually going to be excited going into work now because of what you did. It's going to open up doors for you. If this was a situation in romance, you're going to actually see a change in the way that this person's treating you, because no longer are they going to think that they can take advantage of you. They're going to realize, like, if they care about you, here's the thing, collective, like, for those of you that this is with a relationship, if they care about you, they're going to make the change within themselves. This is not for you to change. You spoke your truth. You spoke your truth, and you said what you needed to because you knew what was going to make you happy and feeling fulfilled, and that was building a connection with this person, not a sexual endeavor, right? And so it maybe caused a lot of upset. Maybe it caused a lot of upset for this other person. Maybe it caused a lot of upset for this emperor because they're used to getting their way. But not with you. Not with you, right? Even at work, this emperor was used to getting their way, but not with you. You broke the mold. That was it. What else, Source? What else do we need to know about this? What else can we tell the collective? What other messages do you have for the collective, Source? Yeah, I feel like this, if this is love, I definitely feel like this person does care about you. I feel like they even cared about you before you set the boundaries. But I think when you didn't have the boundaries, they really just kind of thought you were just going to be a fling. And now that you've set boundaries, it's kind of like this person's like, nobody's ever said no to me. But here's the collective stepping up and being like, look, I got you, and I care about you, and I love you, and I really want things to work. But I can't do what it is that you're asking me to do because this is just too much too soon. Like, I don't even know your middle name. I don't know why I feel like I have to say that right now, but that's the thing. Like, I don't draw these cards, guys. Sometimes I feel like Source is giving me messages even too. So, like, sometimes I'm out here, is this really for the collective? But I know I have learned on this journey in the 3 years that I have been out there doing videos and readings, I have learned that most times what we go through, so many other people go through. So when it comes to business, whoever this person is, this could have even been a family member just like banking on you, like, oh, you'll never do that. Like, you never do that. Like, you always come up with these ideas, but they just sit in limbo. Look, the Ace of Swords is coming out again in the reverse. I gotta see this. Boom. The 9 of coins. confidence, stability, inner wisdom. This is beautiful. It's like you basically put a barrier around yourself saying, no, I am deserving of what I ask for. Like, even if you're not the one that's going to be around, even if this person is not going to be the one around. Like, honestly, guys, I feel like this is love. But again, I'm getting business for some of you guys. That's why I said you just have to put it in your situation. But here we have this. It's like they realize that you're gold. Like, that's just it. This person realizes you're gold and that they were misled. And this is your justice coming in. And look, we have the Chariot coming in again, coming in. That spiritual growth here. It's like receiving justice, like having that, like, you're like, look, I don't care if this is what we've done. I don't care if this is how I've been. I don't care if I've never said anything before. I'm saying something now because I don't feel like there's justice in the situation. And in me saying something is what brought me justice. It also brought you spiritual growth. I feel like you guys went through a shedding of the ego in this time. Well, whatever happened, it brought this person, it made them fall from grace. It made them realize that they can't just have their way with you. But now they want to build something with you. Again, the Nine of Cups coming out. Like, this is beautiful energy, guys. Like, honestly, this is straight. Like, they want an equal give and take. They want to come as a boss, right? So even if this is in your business, they're coming as a boss, is like they're going to respect you like boss energy, because that's what you are. You're boss energy, right? But they realize that they've neglected this situation and they didn't. And I think they're sad. Like, I think, honestly, guys, I think they're sad about it. But they want equal give and take. And you're on a path to a good outcome. And here we got the Two of Cups coming in, guys. So again, I kept telling you guys, I kept feeling like this was love, but it might not be that way for everybody, right? Because not everybody's looking for love. Let's get some more messages out. Source, okay, thank you. No. All right, that makes sense. Like, we have the Eight of Swords coming out again on the bottom. We have the Ace of Coins in reverse and the Eight of Swords in the reverse again. So again, this person was greedy with your anxiety. Like, so this person treated you this way because they're used to getting their way. Like, they're used to getting their way. And yes, you intimidate them because you're in a strong, powerful energy. But here's the thing. Like, they're used to getting everything that they ask for. They're used to meticulously planning things out, right? That manipulation coming through. And when you spoke your truth, it's like kind of put this person in their place. And now they have a lot of anxiety and fear. Now they're on the flip side of you. Like, you were all worried about it. They were trying to control the situation. And now they're in a place of anxiety and fear. And they're wondering, how do I control the collective? And they're realizing they can't. So instead of controlling you, they're going to start to work with you. Because, look, because you gave them a House of God moment where they had to realize, they had to come to terms with what was really going on. Do they want the success that they can have with you? Or do they want to keep staying in this energy? And it's almost like you guys, because we have the Chariot coming out twice, it's like you guys forced the spiritual awakening on them. Regardless if this was a company or a person, right? It doesn't matter. Like, the way that you came at them, it made them realize that the way that this was being handled was not good. It was not how it was going to get them what they wanted. And I think that this situation, okay, I'm just going to say the situation, they want you around because they enjoy your energy. You have beautiful energy, collective. Look at that. You emerged. You spread your wings, baby, and you flew away. Makes me think of Petrie. I flied? No, you falled. Like, that's what this person thought was going to happen, but remember when he actually does fly and everybody's like, holy crap, Petrie, you flew. Like, that's what's going on. You're Petrie right now. You're flying. I flew. Right? Like, and that's a beautiful thing. And then you guys also think, it's like, you're probably like, why didn't I do this sooner? Well, a dragonfly's egg can stay dormant in the water for years, right? Before it emerges. So it's like, that's just it. It's like you had to build the courage to hatch. Like, that was it. It's like, there's no right or wrong time here. It's like you literally just had to allow yourself to become. And when you're ready to overcome the fear, like, you'll overcome it. And honestly, guys, on this journey, I think we all think, oh, we'll get to a point where we're fearless. No, like you don't. Like you don't get to a point where you're fearless. You just get to a point where you're like, I know I have to overcome this because otherwise it's just going to be dragging on. Like you just realize it. It doesn't make you less scared. But that's what makes a great hero, a leader, is not a person who isn't scared, a person who does what needs to be done in the face of fear. Yeah, you've activated something. So something is going to come through for you guys. You grounded your energy by saying your truth. You spent time in stillness trying to get this answer, I think, and this guidance, and Source gave it to you. Source is like kind of poking you. Hey, collective. Hey, collective. Hey, collective. And you're like, I don't want to. And Source is like, hey, collective. Hey, collective. And you're like, no. And Source is like, come on, collective. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Oh, wow. So that is so funny. I was going to shuffle, and this is what I went to, is the soul. Yeah, this is a part of your soul purpose. I don't know why I was going to shuffle these. I guess I might as well, since I don't ever shuffle these ones. I always shuffle them before, so I can just, on the camera. So, okay, I heard one more time. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Like we have soul, which is 2810, right? The completion. And what's the completion of your ancestors' polar bear coming out here, 26, which is 8. This is karmic cycles, right? This is you overcoming ancestral cursing within your family. Beautiful, beautiful energy here. All right, let's get a couple of these, Source. What do you want coming out for the collective on this reading? Okay, that one. What else? All right, this one. Oh, one more. You better let that shit fly. Okay, I'll take it. Almost flew. It almost flew. Yeah, you're learning how to be reliable for yourself. So even if this is a person that you're trying to build a relationship with, what you're learning is self-responsibility, self-reliability. Like you're learning that as long as you're happy doing what you're doing, it's not wrong to ask somebody to come into your life, but your happiness doesn't depend on them. Can they make you more happy? Sure. Of course they can. Like, that's just a part of this journey. But that the point is you're learning that your happiness does not rely on whether or not they show up or whether or not they give to you. You're learning that you got to go and do you. And I think even with your business, you're learning that. Like, you're learning that this business my happiness doesn't rely on this business. Like, my happiness relies on me, and I can show up in a happy mood every day. And then, like once they're working with me, because they are going to be, then that makes me even more happy. And that's not wrong to ask for, but your happiness is not dependent on that, which is so many people do. So we have 48 coming out, 12. Hold on, guys. I just heard like a chinking noise, like if you got change in your pocket and you're walking. And it was like right here, and it didn't make any sense because the table goes all the way, like the table's even behind you. Like it's a dining room table. It's big. Okay, so maybe that makes sense for some of you guys. I don't even know what to say about that. Like that was a weird noise. So we have demonstrate love. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. Yeah, so I feel like this is Source saying, find out what's important to you and act upon that. Just making sure the dog wasn't here. No, the dog's not here. Okay, they want me to turn these over. 23:5, it says, take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. And I feel like this is just you taking a chance on loving yourself and realizing that you're worthy of the love and the life that you desire. Even if this is a company, you're still worthy of loving yourself and having that in your life, what you desire. And then number 8 coming out again, infinity, right? So this is like those karmic cycles, closing them out, letting go of the old, bringing in your abundance. It says, love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. And this is beautiful because they both have a ship on it. So it's like your ships are sailing. Right? You're moving into calmer waters now. It's like, I feel like there was a lot of anxiety when it came into this situation, a lot of frustration and a lot of overwhelming energy. And now you're moving into calmer waters because you're realizing like, oh, I do have the power here. Create. 43:7 coming out. Yeah, so snake creation here. It's like shedding the old skin and really embracing that golden heart within you and allowing it to blossom into this beautiful, beautiful life tree. It's like you realize that this is all within your control. And I think that's the thing. It's like With the business, it's like whatever this is company wise, you created something new. And likewise with a relationship, you created something new. Overall, what it really means is you're creating a new pattern, a pattern that your family will no longer have to deal with. You overcame it. Yeah, connection 13-4 coming out. Tarantula. I feel like before it had you bound and you didn't realize how binding it was. So what's the result? You're letting go of things that have had you captivated for, I think, a long time. Fear of the unknown, fear of saying what you mean and not what other people want to hear. This is like you're overcoming it. Like you were holding on so tightly and it just had you bound to the ground. And it was like this connection, this person was re-triggering that. And it's like you basically stood up and you said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I love this. We've got 18 coming out, which is 9. Again, closing this cycle out. We've got Sea Otter, transformation. Transformation. You guys have transformed this situation completely. Whether it works out or it doesn't, that's not the point. There's this huge shift that's taking place right now that's bringing you success. So even if this is a love situation and this person walks away, now you know, okay, that person wasn't really for me. Or here's the thing, you said it and now the transformation is happening not just within you, but it's affecting this connection in a whole, and it's transforming this person. If it's a business, you've transformed the way that this person sees you or that the people view you, which 31 on the clock, guys. And if it's not, like, then now you know what you can ask for when you go and look for work, right? Whatever that is. Or maybe it gives you the idea to start your own. Because your ideas are golden. Don't stop thinking that your ideas aren't worth anything. Wow, those just wanted to come out, okay. Because they are. They're worth gold. You just don't know it yet. And it's just believing that and you'll see. Okay, a few more. Okay. That's it, Source. I can't with you tonight. I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't. So I'm glad this one came out. It's why are you refusing to create? Right? So this is that energy of like making sure you really are creating something that's for yourself, like whatever that is. It doesn't matter. It could be writing, it could be singing, it could be making music, anything that's fun for you, go do that. Oh, I love you, Source. Thank you so much for always clarifying everything that I say. Like, this is how I know this is what I meant to do. We have throat chakra coming out, guys. Didn't I say that in the beginning? You were afraid to speak your truth, and then you spoke your truth, and you realized that's what brought you happiness. That's what brought you fulfillment. It didn't really matter. Like, it was kind of like you had to speak your... And I feel like here's the thing. You guys spoke your truth, but then you had to stand your ground on it. And that was scary, too. It was like you realized, well, I already spoke my truth. I can't just go back on what I spoke. Like, I mean, I guess I could, but at the end of the day, like, that's going to make me seem like a pushover like I already am. I'm not going to go back on what I said. So for some of you guys, this is a love connection. We go back centuries. You've changed the dynamic in this connection completely. I feel like this is something you maybe have fought with for centuries. Like, as long as you've been connected with this person, just that energy of not being sure. And it's in changing this that you guys have closed out this cycle. Look at this. Success is the greatest weapon in life. So for those of you, like, this, like, again, I feel like 50-50. Some of you guys, this is business. Some of you guys, this is love. But they're just saying, like, keep at it because your success is going to be your greatest weapon. It's not even about revenge. This is just about you being successful in life, knowing that your faith is what's getting you to the next level. Coming into alignment. Yes. Yes, this is what you had to do so that you could come into alignment. When we talk about alignment, this is about aligning your manifestation and your liberation currents, right? Your manifestation currents from the crown to the root chakra. Your liberation is from the root to the crown. And that's so important on this journey. If you only have one side that's open, how are you going to liberate yourself mentally if you're only manifesting? And likewise, if you're only being in a state of liberation, which happens a lot of times on the spiritual journey, because I myself have been there, 34 on the clock, is that it's hard for you to manifest, right? And so it's finding that perfect balance in the middle. And that's what coming into alignment really meant when I was channeling that message. It was just really talking about how We need to balance both the yin and the yang energies within ourselves. And you're doing that. You're doing that because you opened up your throat chakra. Yeah, fighting is causing you stress. I feel like this is you fighting with yourself. Like arguing with yourself, like, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I, shouldn't I, should I? Like, it was just this back and forth energy of what do I do? Rest before you burn out. Yeah, source is telling you to calm down. Calm down. You don't have to be like on full blast. You don't have to give 1,000%. Just show up, and then don't be afraid to rest. Like, and I said this in one of my other readings too, so you guys might resonate with one of the other collective messages. And if you feel like it, check it out. I'm not sure what it'll be called yet, but if you guys resonate with it, you'll know. Anyways, it's important when you rest to rest without thinking about this situation, whatever this is. Don't even think. If it's work, get it off your mind. If it's a love relationship, get it off your mind and do you and focus on you. What do you want? Sacral chakra. Yeah, so connecting with your sacral chakra, having fun, being sensual, sexy, embracing that inner goddess within. And if you guys are men, it doesn't matter. Embracing that inner goddess. Like, shoot, turn on some sexy music and go grind your hips a little bit. Shoot, we all know we need that motion in the ocean to get going, huh? Come on now. Aries. Okay, so you guys could be dealing with an Aries. You could be an Aries. You could have Aries in your chart. This person could have Aries in their chart. You don't have to. I didn't really talk about zodiac signs on here. Really, when this comes out, what it's meaning is that it's that take charge energy. Like, take charge of your life. Because Aries are great at starting things. They're great at, like, rushing in full force. And that's what I think Source is saying. Like, take charge of your life. Do what is good for you. Make a schedule for yourself. Make time for yourself. Do the things that matter to you. Stop worrying about everybody else. The promise, your blessing is yours. Exactly. Whatever you prayed for, it's coming. And it's coming because you set this motion in. You set this in motion, right? It's like you guys really truly allowed things to open up, and that's why the promise is coming. That's faith, right? It's funny, like, I always think about this line in this movie where these kids are fishing, and the one kid, he's like kind of greedy and he uses up all the worms, and the other kid's like, but he used up all the worms, Dad. And his dad's like, it's not about the worms, it's about having faith. And so the kid that was upset that he used all the worms, he's like, oh, okay, like he understood what his dad said. He's like, if you have faith, it will come. But if you, what did he say? If you believe you'll catch a fish, then you'll catch one. But if you don't, if you believe you won't, then you won't, right? Like, and so he's sitting there and he throws his line out, and he's sitting there, and all of a sudden he catches a fish. And the other brother that took all the worms, he's like, that's not fair. Why did he catch a fish? And the dad says, what is fair? That's faith. Think about that for a second. What is fair? That's faith. Like, there is nothing fair in life. But when you hold faith, faith will bring anything and everything to you, right? Like, you have companionship coming. Like, that's the thing. It's like Source is saying, practice your faith. Keep staying strong in your faith. And as you stand strong in your faith, all of a sudden you're going to see miracles unfolding. You're going to come from a place of scarcity into prosperity. You're going to let go of these things that are no longer serving you. You're going to let go of old belief systems that maybe have been hindering your process, because I feel like that's what this has been. And you're going to gain a new fierceness about yourself that you never knew possible. Okay, and that's the thing. Like, that's strength coming out. Saying that, what was the point of this conversation that you had? Well, the point of the conversation was really literally just to build up your endurance and your strength within. Because there's like this belief that you did not believe you were worthy of having the things that you wanted. What did I say? This is a karmic situation. Clearing out old ancestral debt. Like, not only did you have to deal with this, but your ancestors, they didn't stand up for themselves, and they didn't say the things that maybe they said they did. I feel like you guys maybe got lied to a lot when you, like, we've got perspective coming out. Yeah, I feel like you guys were lied to a lot when you were younger. Like, maybe your whole family made it seem like if this was a job, like, their job couldn't do anything without them. But then in reality, when they went, they were just a low-end worker like you were in this situation. You're the first one to do what you did. So let me just say that. Like, you're the first one to do what you did. No matter what stories you were told, you guys are the first ones to do what you did. The same with relationships. Maybe they're always telling you how important it was. Like, we've got miracle and blessings coming out. They told you guys, oh, it's so important to stand up for yourself. It's so important to, you know, keep it in your pants or whatever. But they didn't, you know. I heard shotgun weddings. Or to think your family was full of shotgun weddings. That's okay. Like, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Shoot. That happened so much back in the day. But at the same time, it was like, I feel like you guys were told one thing, but you witnessed an entirely different situation, right? And that's what I think is you're breaking. It's breaking that tie to seeing people lie to your face and knowing that they lied, but also feeling guilty, like I have to trust them. Like I have to trust them because they're my family. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. Trust is something that is earned, like respect, and you can't just expect somebody to respect and trust you just because. Like, what are you going to do for trust and respect? Like, you got to be a trustworthy person. But if you had people in your life that were telling you they deserve trust, but they were untrustworthy, then you kind of had this demented view on what trust was as you grew up. It's cool, guys. Like, I think everybody fights with this because, honestly, it makes me think of the song by Fortnite, my bad. Fort Minor, okay? And I can't remember the name of it. I think it's You Take the High Road, or The High Road. And he says in there, everybody lies to make that shit sound cooler than it really is. Like, that's a line in that song. And that's what I think, like, all of us went through when we were growing up. Our parents, our grandparents, our aunties, our uncles, our cousins, everybody in our lives, our brothers and sisters, shoot. It's like, no one could come to face the reality of where they really were in this now moment, because that didn't seem as cool as if they embellished the story just a little bit, right? Like, you know, say you're hanging out with your boys and your boys are like, I slept with like 30 girls, you know, and you're over there like, yeah, I slept with 50, but you've only slept with one. You see what I'm saying? Like, I have no idea where that example came from, but sure, we're just going to go with it. The same thing at work. Like, they're like, oh, I make 50,000 a year, but really in reality, they only make, 25,000. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of embellishments that were coming through, and it was just because the people in your life had a problem with their ego. Their emotional ego needed to sound and feel better than it really was, rather than doing the healing work. And here you are working on the healing work and trying to overcome these things. And it's like, what do I do? What do I do? So you're doing an amazing job, collective. Don't beat yourself up. You are exactly where you're meant to be right in this now moment. And you accomplished something that very few people have ever had the ability to accomplish. And that's to gather courage and strength and do what you know is right for yourself. So continue on, keep making yourself known, keep speaking your truth. And I'm sending out prayers of blessing and light to you guys so that you always listen to the source energy and that guidance, and knowing that you guys do have power in your life. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to get on out of here. But until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other next time. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye.